Hi everybody, it's Linnea, and today I'm going to be using the Cherry Blossom stamp set from LDRS Creative, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of, I guess you could call it outline watercolor. I'm not going to be actually watercoloring the floral image itself. Instead, I will be coloring around the outline of this little stem of flowers here. So to start off with, I have a piece of watercolor cardstock, and this is cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches. And I actually cut 3 of these because I figured if I have my things out, I might as well make a little quick set of cards. So I used my anti-static powder bag all over this watercolor cardstock, and then I stamped the image with some black pigment ink. I wanted to clear emboss this, so that's why I decided to use my pigment ink here. I just covered the image with the LDRS Creative clear embossing powder, and then I heat set that. So now I have a little bit of interest to this floral stem here. It's kind of shiny, and also it'll kind of repel the watercolor just a little bit if I do happen to get a little bit too close to the lines. It kind of forms like a little dam almost. So I'm just going to be taking, to start with here, some clean water and a watercolor brush, and I'm just going to outline this image. Now I'm not getting too close to the actual stamped image. I'm kind of leaving like a little white border, but it's imperfect, so I like that. I thought it would kind of look more organic this way. That's why I am adding just clean, clear water first. This is going to form a little puddle for my watercolor, and it's going to help the color move and blend. So I grabbed my watercolor paint set, and I'm just going to give the colors a quick spray. I wasn't sure what color I actually wanted to use, but as I was spraying these to wet them all down, a little bit of the purple actually spattered onto my card, so I decided to start with purple. I'm just going to use a darker color, and I'm kind of putting this right up against the edge of where I had first laid down that clean water. And you can kind of see a little bit. I didn't use a lot of water on this one, but as I kind of worked through and moved on to different examples, I figured out that the best way is to really use a lot of water so that it really truly puddles up on your card, and that's going to help colors blend and mix, and the color will just kind of move freely. But all I'm doing is just dropping in some color, and I kind of mix it up with different color purples, and then I'll even dip my brush into clean water again and help soften those edges. Now, like I said, I did 3, so this is my first one, and it was kind of my experiment. Once I kind of moved on to the second one, and then especially the third one, I got the hang of this kind of outline technique. So I'm just going along, just dropping in watercolor. This is really easy, and you could do this if you wanted to, even with markers or brush pens, any way that you could just kind of add a little bit of color. I don't really enjoy coloring because I'm not that good at it, so I practice every day, but shading and blending is very difficult for me. So I really love to use watercolor because it's more effortless, and I feel like you can correct your mistakes and make it look like things are intentional. So I do like to watercolor a lot, and I thought that having the flowers be white with some color in the background would just really be super cute. As always, when I watercolor, I like to add black spatters to the background. I just think that it helps cover up any little imperfections that I might have, and it just gives some texture and kind of helps color in that white part of the card so that it doesn't have a whole bunch of white space. The Cherry Blossom stamp set has a lot of little sentiments that go along with that large script hugs sentiment. I chose the same one for all 3 of my cards, but you could definitely stamp various sentiments because there are so many cute little sentiments in this stamp set. But I chose the one that says, "I think you're special," and I stamped that with the LDRS Creative watermark ink pad, and then I heat embossed that with the white embossing powder, also from LDRS Creative. I trimmed them down into little strips, and then I used my scissors just to flag the edges. I added them to my cards with some foam tape, and then I also added little gems here and there around my floral cluster. I really hope you guys enjoyed these 3 cards here. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite color. I think I actually like my last one, the one I almost didn't make with the pink and the orange. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye!